What's up, gamers? GamerDad here. This is a guide to help you complete the Week 3 weekly quest, Stage 1 of 2, Damage Opponents with Assault Rifles. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that button, show me that support as well. Please do use my creator code in your Fortnite item shop. It is GamerDad, all one word, all caps. Thank you so much for your support. So, this challenge is relatively straightforward. Just note that you're able to damage opponents. Therefore, this includes bosses, the high card bosses, their henchmen. It also includes players. It does not include animals from my testing. Sometimes that does work in the past. And an animal that's attacking you sometimes was considered an opponent, but not for this challenge. So for me, I'm going to start at Meadow Mansion here, west of Frenzy Fields. The goal, of course, is to straight off the battle bus, get yourself an assault rifle as quick as possible, get yourself some shields, get some ammo. The reason you want to do this right away, you will have more players in the game right off the bat. As well, the lesser experienced players will be there at the beginning of the game. The further you go into the game, the better the players and the opponents will be, so it will be more difficult to achieve the challenge. However, I do have a tip for you. I suggest you try to get most of this damage on the high card bosses. They spawn randomly around the map. I will show you a shot of the map in a moment. At this point, I still hadn't come across an assault rifle, but I'm going to get an assault rifle here, a rather good one too, an epic flapjack in a moment from the loot of this player. So, as I was saying, going after the bosses is great here because bosses have tons of health and you can get tons of damage on them, and you can easily get the 1,000 damage if you took out probably 3 bosses. So eventually around the 60 to 70 player mark, the bosses spawn. This is how you can see where there's bosses. In this case, there's 2 of them there. There's a lock, which is the safe, and then there's the key with the little face, and the bosses walk around. So what I basically would do here is see where the bosses are. In this case, the bosses are actually spawning here at Meadow Mansion, so I'm going to grab this AR. I'm going to go outside. Now, I'm actually working on another challenge at the same time, so I'm using my SMG first off against the bosses because this is a great way for headshots. But once I complete my other challenge I was doing, I'm then going to flip over to the flapjack rifle and then lay into the bosses. So the nice thing about these bosses is they're not even hostile until you actually attack them. So if you came in real close with your assault rifle right off the bat here, you could lay into one, don't move. If you've got full shields, which I didn't have, which, I was kind of rushing this one, you could probably take a fair bit of damage. But either way, just make sure you eliminate all 3 of these opponents. The main boss themselves, as well as their 2 henchmen. If at any point you get low in health, don't be afraid to retreat. Get your bearings straight, get some health. If shields are there, pop those shields as well, and then just go right back to the fight. Sometimes just going in or around corners is a good idea, but these bosses aren't that intelligent and they're not very hostile. It's not like they're running up in my face, they're shooting at me from afar, which makes it easier. And again, I'm just going to try to take an approach here. I took a little bit of a break, and sadly, I end up running to an opponent the next time I actually retreat up there, and I'll have to redo this again. Similar strategy though. So I'm at 280 of 1,000 damage. Like I say, I came up here to pop some shields. Then I'm gonna go back down, quickly pop this shield fish. There we go. So you always just want to watch out for other players who are going to creep in while you're doing this. But the nice thing is the bosses, they're not going anywhere. So here they are, laying into some more damage here. As you can see, I got another 300 or so damage almost right off them. I'm at 599 of 1,000. So at this point, this is a different match. I was actually looking for the bosses. Somebody had already defeated them, but I can hear these players. So before they take each other out, I'm going to lay into them from afar so I can make sure I get some damage on them. I'm going to end up killing both of them here. I end up now at 854 of 1,000 damage. Here's where you'll see that killing wildlife does not count. So I'm going to play one more match back to the same area here. This is where I was starting again at Meadow Mansion. And I knew I could start here because I like this as a starting spot. There's lots of loot here. Not too many people spawn here, and it's also in a good position if the bosses spawn here. Otherwise, I was hoping they would spawn over at Shattered Slabs. So all of a sudden, there's players here. I eliminate them while they're in the car. I score a crown off them, which is great. I only need another 45 damage at this point. But regardless, no matter what happens, unless I run into a player, my plan is to head over to Shattered Slabs, because that's where the bosses are spawning in this particular match. There's 2 motorcycles all the time at Meadow Mansion. Hop on that motorcycle, head over here, and as I'm going for the bosses, there's going to be a player who starts to shoot at me, and I figure, rather than have that player come up and kill me from behind while I'm going after the bosses, I decide to actually go after the player. I've got that legendary flapjack rifle, and I'll take this person out right here, and then my challenge will be complete. Highly recommend going after the bosses, but if there's players in your way, take them out too. Hope the guide is helpful. Please drop a like, leave me a comment, and if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please hit that button, show me that support as well. Please do use my creator code in your Fortnite item shop. It is GamerDad, all one word, all caps. Good luck with your challenges, and until the next video, this is GamerDad out.